I would say that's very important is to try and separate the personal from the business. Not because of anything, but sometimes you realize it takes over. We all used to live in the same house, my mother, my sister, and I. And we'd all be in the office in the morning, and then we'd come home and we'd be sitting over dinner and we'd still be talking about work. And then you realize it just doesn't end. And at some point we were like, no, this is not working out. We need to stop. When we're having a personal conversation, we need to be having a personal conversation. And when we're having a work conversation, we need to be having a work conversation. And that also takes a lot of awareness and training. It goes back to who we are as people. The brand has a very, very strong DNA and has a very strong foundation. So that maintains the classical, the heritage part. And like you're saying, for Azza, for Amina, for us, the cultural, the heritage, that part is always at the forefront of our thinking. But I think as people, not just the three of us, but the whole team, we're quite progressive. We're very open. We're always looking for innovation. We always want what's new. And I think that part, even, Azza, she's constantly learning. She always wants to travel and know more and learn more. And so this renewal is part of who we are as people. And I think that comes off as in the brand. And it's always the case when we think about something or brainstorming for something, and we sometimes say, no, we're too bored of that. We've done that too many times. How can we do it differently? What else can we do? And I think we're open to quite a variety of ideas, which, so for example, one of the things we've done during COVID is we've launched in the north coast of Egypt, our cafe concept, which was part of the store. So we launched a totally new concept for our store with a cafe concept. And it was a completely out of the box idea, but we were all very on board and all very much a part of it. So I think it really comes from who we are as people and what we believe the brand is. The brand is not stagnant at all. And you see it on every level. You see it in the designs, how they change over time. Yet, like you're saying, they retain their DNA and they retain, you can immediately say it's a Azza Fahmy piece, yet it looks very different and very new. And then how does that translate into everything else? I'm not sure about prejudice because I don't know, but we don't operate with that filter, sort of. I don't really care. Do you know what I mean? We're just doing what we do, and I don't care what others think. And maybe a few times people were surprised but that was very early on. Like we've had a meeting in London very early on where someone said, "Oh, I didn't expect Egyptian women to look like that," but that's on them, not on us at all. So, but definitely, it's not prejudice, but definitely the issue we face is there's a certain quality to industries and the country of origin they come from. So, you say tech is Silicon Valley, you say German cars are amazing. Luxury is really known to be from France and Italy. So I think coming out of a space that is not known for design and luxury, it is an upstream swim for sure, because also the ecosystem doesn't exist in our market. So you're trying to build the whole ecosystem, because when you're in a place where the whole ecosystem exists, you get all the support network. But what we ended up doing is we ended up building that for ourselves, which is a lot harder. And then taking it internationally, you sort of need to prove yourself. Because especially, for example, I remember conversations we used to have in London at the very beginning, when you're going to go meet press or buyers, they say, we get 100 new brands a day wanting to make it in London. How do we know you're here to stay? How do you know you're not just one of those brands that's coming in for one season and leaving the next? And it is a valid concern. So it's sort of hammering and being there and showing, you know, you're in that market to stay, and then also becoming a part of that market, which is very key. And it's a key thing for us. When we go open in the market, we always like to become a part of that market, not as an outsider coming in, but how do you connect to the community there? How do you understanding the dynamic of this market, because each market is different, and building your own sort of ecosystem within that market that's not necessarily the same as the one back home. So it takes a lot of understanding, constant understanding actually, and a bit of flexibility to adjust what you do. One of the things I was thinking about is just be open to dream, whatever your dream is, and don't think within the restrictions of the current status. So just dream and be passionate about your dream. Not being afraid to fail, because sometimes the fear of failure can paralyze you and not make you follow your dream. And failure is an integral part of growth and of success. And I think the last thing is that constant development and renewal and questioning yourself and questioning your path and what you're doing.